Hi, I'm Karina West, and I am a hairdresser that has been a hairdresser for over 29 years now, and I am currently working with Ulta as a salon manager in the Outgrowth store, store 110. And today I am looking to express my teaching abilities and my passion for hair using the Redken products that we use in the salon. So this is my model Bailey, and Bailey has had highlights before in her hair. She also gravitates towards red. She likes the red in her hair as well. So I thought that this technique as a rose gold melt would be excellent for Bailey. It is a more trendier style, and it is something that does take time. This isn't your quick and fast process. This is something that, with the balayage and with the color melt, it does take some time. But Bailey has just turned 19, and we are celebrating her birthday, and we are going to get her ready for her celebration. So we're going to do this fun trend on her today. So now we're going to start with our foil placement and balayage. And we're going to divide this into 3 sections, starting at the parietal ridge, which includes the top and the crown. So we're going to do a horseshoe shape here at the top. And this is a really easy sectioning, really easy to do, and this is something that you can incorporate in other techniques as well. The great thing about having these techniques that we learn from Ulta is that we can make it our own. And so today I'm going to try to keep to the script, but I will tell you how we can do some modifications as well. Next, we're going to separate the nape from the back, and we're going to also do a horizontal parting at the occipital bone. So if you can kind of come around here and see, I'm going to take this here, and we're going to take this right there at the occipital bone. So essentially we're going to have 3 sections, but I'm kind of making it into 5, just because of the length of hair. So we have finished the back nape area, and now we're going to do the sides. And so you can see the diagonal partings here on the side. I just want to show you how that looks. Again, this is, you want to go with the natural part of the hair. And in the front, you always want to make sure that you don't get too close, because the clients like it when they pull their hair back and they don't see those lines. So another reason why you want to do baby lights in the front, because this is very, very fine sectioning and you don't see those lines. So see how fine that is right there? You can see it's very, very fine. Also, just to note that the finer it is, the faster it goes, the faster it processes. So you want to make sure that you are using that low volume before you do. If you started with a higher volume, your processing would be, your highlights are going to be very, very bright and light, and then your second application won't be as light. And so that's why our next application, when we do our balayage, is going to be with 40 volume, because we want it to catch up with the other baby lights that are in the foil. With Bailey, she has more of a level 6 to a 5. She's kind of in between there. And we know that flash lift lifts up to 8 levels. So it is a very fast-acting lightener, and we know that it can do it pretty quickly. So that's why we do need to work fast. We don't want this product to be on the hair longer than 50 minutes, and we are going to process this at room temperature. We want to make sure that we're never putting our, we always want to follow our manufacturer's directions, so you can get that information on the internet as well as in your product guide. And so you can see here, so see how this is lighter. We already have the pre-highlight in there. So we already kind of have a pattern. So if I just go over that lightly and slightly, it's going to make that brighter. And then we're going to do that, and then we're just going to kind of blend it like that. Okay? So I think that the team is doing a good job at developing trends that are current and also very easy to implement as a designer, and then they build upon one another as well. So some of the techniques, say for like example, the baby light, that was a technique that was introduced to me personally a year ago in our fall collection last year in 2016. And now you're seeing us kind of take it to the next step. We're incorporating several techniques. And so that's what's really fun as a designer too, is being able to take a technique and then tweak it and then fine tune it and then be able to make it your own. And so it's a lot of fun. So now we're going to do the top of this balayage, and there were no specific directions other than we're going to incorporate this on the top. So what I'm going to do is the horseshoe sectioning that we've done, I'm going to cut that in half, and then I'm just going to take sections from the bottom going up, and then that way we can see that we'll just lay it on top of each other. Once again, you can see the highlights that we've already done. You can even see some of the red. This is a technique that we did the partial highlight. It's been some time since we've done that, so you can kind of see that, and it flows really good with what we're wanting to do. So again, I'm going to go ahead now because I can. We already have some blonde there, so I'm going to blonde maybe this middle section here and kind of do an inverted technique. And we're going to saturate these ends because we already have that highlight going in. And so you can see how that's going to look really pretty when we do that color melt. For our color melt, like I said, we're going to do 3 colors. Now this one isn't as much, so I'm just kind of following the brown and maybe get some of that red. You want to make sure you have enough on your brush, but you don't want to push it into the hair when you're doing the blending up here. Only on the end, because that's where you're saturating. Okay. And then remember that you are in the center of Ulta, and so people are watching you at all times. And so when you're finished with an application, you want to make sure you see what other people see. So for example, my cape is a little, dirty or what have you. Just cleaning it up a little bit if you can. Or even sometimes it's good to change your cape if you're feeling like, it could hurt the client or anybody else around. Sometimes my clients like to shop while they're processing, and I always make sure that when they are sitting and processing, that I always make sure that they have their Ulta magazine so that we can talk about what products that they are needing, what products I'm going to be using and recommending for them to take home, and what specials are happening right now, so that we can talk about a little bit about what I would recommend or what would be a good deal. All right, so we're going to do a global application here with this product. This is the first part of the glaze. So we are going to do the first 2 inches of the hair. And what I like to do, we section the hair into 4 quadrants. I like to go and kind of frame the face first. And it's really important to make sure that your client, because we are in a building where we are so visible and we are really on display, we're kind of like artists on, again, we're using the glaze formulas, number 1. This is a darker color. It's a level, we're making with a level 4. We're making we've combined a 3 BR and we've combined a 5 WN. A 5 and a 3 make a 4. So that's what level we're expecting this to come to. We mix that with the 10 volume cream.
All right, so how we treated this hair after we had let the color process for the color melt. We rinsed thoroughly and we towel dried the hair and we applied the pH bonder, the second step, which is the restorative pre-wash concentrate. And then we distributed it through with a wide tooth comb and then we let that sit for about 10 minutes. After that, after we let that process, we ended up rinsing it and shampooing with extreme conditioner for distressed hair. We know that it has a strengthening effect, and so we wanted to use the best, and I feel that the extreme shampoo is excellent for hair such as Bailey's, with it being highlighted over and over again. After that, we towel dried the hair and we treated it with our fixed phase extreme chemistry treatment. We left that process for 5 minutes and at room temperature. And then next we applied the spray, 10 to 15 sprays of the pH, or it's the fixed phase for chemically treated hair, the 3.5. We let that stay on the hair and we rinsed, and we finished with an extreme conditioner. So this is the hair after we have treated it, and now we are going to start styling. So this is my favorite product. I use this on almost all of my clients. It's good for all different clients. It's an all-in-one, so you don't have to have a lot of different products. However, I do like this for just a little bit of manageability, some hydration. It also provides heat protection and shine and manageability. I usually use this when I do a haircut, and I love the way it smells and feels, and my clients do too. We're going to use the next product that we're going to use before we blow dry is our Heat Design 09, and this is a pre-styling technology that does do the protect the hair up to 450 degrees. So we're just going to put a little bit in this hair, and then we're going to run it through. Focusing on the mid shaft to the ends. Okay. And then before we get started with our blow dry, we're going to use another product that is one of my favorites, and that's called the Guts 10. This is a volumizing spray and used primarily at the root area. A lot of my clients feel like they need some volume at the root area. So when we're doing the blow dry style, we just want to put a little bit at the roots to give a little oomph, and then you massage it in. This is great for clients who have fine hair, clients that have thick hair. This is a product that you use before blow drying. And you can target the area with the nice spray that it has. And then you just massage it into the scalp as such. And now we're ready to blow dry. So this is our finale, our rose gold melt, a soft fusion of fall color that brings warmth and dimension. You can see how that rose gold really comes through on her ends. Really pretty, huh? Well, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for allowing us to share this new fall collection. We look forward to what the next season brings us.